of section itself. Am I right? For B division students, is the discussion going on in our class that is related to method of section, or you have completed
Yes, sir.
that one?
No, sir. We were discussing about that, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. So here, the problem we have already started discussion in the previous class, that is related to this stress. So in this stress we have taken an section, as the method of section is chosen for this stress is because it is difficult to start, or difficult in the sense you cannot start with method of joint, since each of the joint will be having more than two unknowns in the particular joint. So in that case we are moving to solve this stress by referring to method of section. So if you observe for support A and support B, you cannot start it by method of joint at this support, since there are three members which are unknown. And again at the point C, at point B and at point F, all the joints having three numbers of unknowns. In that case you cannot start for a joint method of joints. So now this particular truss is taken to analyze by referring to method of sections. So here method of section is referred for the three members, that is maximum of three members. We have taken the section over here, and once we take on the section, the particular truss is referred and left hand side of the truss, that is LHS side of the truss is referred to analyze. Since all the members, question is asked to calculate all the forces in the members. So however the particular truss is having symmetry about the axis, so if you solve for LHS side, and it will be same for RHS side also. So in this problem we have discussed uh, till the calculation of the forces in member FBA, right? So after that, for B region students, let us I will discuss only this much for a division A division students, since they have completed till this much, right? Later we'll start and solving a new problem on this content also. Okay. So in the previous class, I hope A division students have remember that what we have done in the previous class, that is we have taken the equations 1 and 2 and solved FFC, right? So referring to the problem figure, we have solved FFC, right, and taken the moment about point C. We have defined the FAE and the force in this member. After that, we have taken the vertical forces and horizontal forces in the section, that is left hand side. So that gives an equations. With those equations, with the help of those equations, we have obtained the FFC. So that is substituted in the equation, and equation 1 we have got FPC. After that, once we move to joint number B. So once we move to joint number B, in that joint number B, uh, it is not like that we have to consider for joint. Here we have obtained FBC. Here we have obtained FBC, but FBF need to be calculated over here. So FBF and FAB need to be calculated. For that reason, it is taken an AC member. For this AC member, what are the normal forces and what are the parallel forces that has to be considered? Since here the normal forces, if you consider which is acting perpendicular to the member, parallel forces in the sense which is having the parallel force or towards the axis of the member, right? That is central axis of the member, that will be the parallel forces. So here if the forces acting normal which is perpendicular to the member, that is FBF, that is the member which is acting perpendicular to the AC. So in order to get the BF, that is a force which is there in the member BF and which is there in the member AB, that need to be solved, we can have this condition, that is taken forces parallel to the member and normal to the member. Hence, if you find take the normal to the member, the FBF which is acting upward to the point and which is taken positive over here, and at the same time minus 40 minus 40, which is taken horizontally in the case, will be having an internal angle of 45 degree. So let me show that. Here if you observe, this is the 45 degree angle and total will be of 90 degree. One second, I will.
टीव्ही लावतो काढून लावतो मला
हे काढून
भांड भांड तोंड लावतो
Okay. So here it is 45 degree angle and it is 45, and all together will be having a 90 degree angle. If you try to resolve this 40 kilonewton force to the perpendicular to this direction, so then what would be the angle if you take? That is, you can take here it is a 45 degree angle. If you want to resolve this force to the perpendicular, then you can take it as the sine 45. Else, if you are solving this force to the parallel to the member of AC, then it would be a sine cos 45. So in this case, if you consider this 40 kilonewton force towards perpendicular to the member of AC, then it would be of 40 sine 45. So if you solve for this, FBF would be an 28.28 kilonewtons. And now here, if you consider the forces normal to the parallel to the member AC, then that would be of F, that is FAB, that is one of the member which is having a positive moving towards top and having positive direction, and minus 40 cos 45 which is having the downward direction taken negative sign, and again FBC is also a member which is taken negative over here, which is moving downward. And if you solve for this FAB, we know that FBC we have calculated in previous step itself 95.20. By substituting that equation, we are getting the value. We are getting the FAB as 123.48. So once we solve for FAB, FBC, and FBF, and we are remained with the member, that is FAF. So FAF, if you see the question here, see here, if you see the question, FAE or AH is already solved in by taking the moment about C, and after that on the section is taken. In that section, FBC and FFC is already calculated, and in the discussion, now we have resolved FBF and FAB, and now we are only remained with FAF. That is how we have resolved by referring to the vertical forces at the particular joint. So in this joint, FAF is having the member, and FAB and FAE. FAE is already calculated as 40 kilonewton, and FAB is 123.48. So here, 60 kilonewton of vertical reaction is calculated by referring to the total load on the section, and FAB, FAB, if you resolve it for the vertical direction, the sine 45 here I could write. It is like this. It is 45 because here we have total 4 meter by 4 meter height. I hope you remember in the previous class we have discussed an equidistance square box we have. That means if you take an diagonal line, it would be off like this. So here the diagonal line gives then 45 degree to the and theta. So this 45 degree, if you consider, if you and same if you resolve to the vertical, it will be of sine 45, and FAF is to be taken in the direction. So if you resolve the substitute the values and resolve for FAF, you will be getting minus 147.31, which is taken, which is calculated for the force, asked for the members in the force, right? With this, we have calculated all the forces induced in the member by taking the section at this position. right? However, and it is just simplification and observation we have discussed today, and this is all about the taking the moments and taking the forces which is acting parallel and perpendicular to the points, nothing else. So with this, we'll end this problem discussing this one. And after once we complete this problem, we need to tabulate those forces which are induced in the member by referring to the member notation, force, and the nature of force. If you got the positive sign, that refers to the negative, that is tension, which is refer, or if you got a negative sign for the force, that will be a compression, that is referred as a compression force. So at the end we must do this table, and to be clear about the calculation what we have done in the analysis, right? So and here we can take another new problem, and that is related to that is another truss. So in this truss, what we have taken, why we are considering this truss for the discussion is because, so in the previous problem we have observed that why we have referred method of section is because no member or no joint is free, or no joint is having only two unknowns in the previous problem. That is one of the case we need to move for the method of section. And apart from that, we have another case, which is whenever the trust having the number of members, and the question is to calculate the forces only for few members in the huge trust. In that case, we need to move on for the method of section itself, because whenever in the see, if you observe this trust, there are many numbers of members are there, more number of members are there. So in this members, if you want to calculate only few members of the trust, then we cannot go for method of joint. However, we can able to calculate the method of trust by referring to method of joint, but that will be the lengthier one compared to the method of section, because we need only few members to analyze. But in method of joint, if you refer, you have to analyze all the members which is connected to each other. So that is the another case we need to consider the method of section for the condition to calculate only few members in the huge truss. So if you consider this truss, the section will not be given in the question. There is you people have to consider for this section, and the section is to be considered by referring to, or by, it should pass only through the maximum of 3 members. It should not and it should not pass through the joint where the particular load is acting. That means the concurrent forces should not be there on the section where we are referring to the truss. So here, on that note, we need to take the section. Also, the equilibrium condition need to be considered. So if you refer this, or look at this question, what is the statement here? The determine the forces in the member of CD, DE, EO, and AL. So if you refer the diagram over here, CD, this is the member of CD. I hope you are observing the cursor. CD and DE and EO, right, and AL. So I will just show this over here. What are the members they have asked for calculation? So CD, one of the member they have asked to calculate, and DE, another member they have asked to calculate, and EO, that is another member they have asked to calculate, and then apart from that EAL, right? Only these members they have asked to calculate the forces in the truss. So CD and DE and EO and AL, right? This is only these 4 members they have asked to calculate the forces in the truss. So when we get these kind of problem statements, we need to move on for the method of section itself, because if you start for method of joint, we need to solve for AB also, and BC and BN, all of these joints need to be carried out. If this is the case, we need to move on for method of section. Right. So here for this, after referring to the problem statement, it is been observed. If you take the section at this point, passing through these members, then you can able to find out FDE, which is asked in the calculation, also in the question, also in FEO and FAL, that can be determined easily. But if you refer the section at this position, right? And apart from that, you'll be having, that is another one, CD. That once you know the point, the forces in the members, you can able to calculate the this point when we, by referring to the section which is taken left hand side of the truss. So I hope the problem statement is clear for you. In this, if you observe the truss, see there are 40 kilonewton of force which is acting downwards, having symmetry about the central axis of the truss, and the distance between the trusses is also same. The distance between the trusses is also same. So there is one there is one that data is need to be considered, that is here it is given 30 degree. The data which is to be considered, that is given 30 degree for the angle. So now the total distances are 3.5 and 3.5, which is having equal distances, and the forces which are acting are not in the same case of, see, if you observe the vertical direction of the load, it will not be at the 3.5 point. And again, if you observe this 40 kilonewton, it will not be at the 3 point, and this 40 kilonewton is not at this point, which is lying in an other point other than these noted distances, right? This is what we need to observe in the question before proceeding to start this. And the reactions are necessary to calculate this analysis truss. Once you observe the truss, it is symmetry about the axis, then we can have an half of the total load for vertical force at A and vertical force at I. So due to symmetry, if you consider vertical force at A and I, that would be half of the total load. So total load is 40 kilonewton of point load, which are acting 7 numbers on the truss. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. There are 7 numbers of 40 kilonewton load which are acting on the truss in a vertical direction. That would be the total load. So in this total load, the reaction would be considered by referring to half of the total load, right? The 40 into 7, which is 240 by 280. 280 by 2 will be of 140 kilonewtons. So VA and VI are 140 kilonewton respectively. So after calculating the reaction forces, so next step is to consider the section that is taken for analysis in the truss. For in that truss, we are referring for that is left hand side of the truss. We are referring for left hand side of the truss. So here left hand side of the truss, if you choose, the section will be looks like this. That means the whatever the question is given, the section is taken over here. This part, that is left hand side part, is taken for analysis, and that is drawn over here. If you consider that, and only the section is passes through these members, right? So DE, EO and AL or ML, you can say, in this member, in this path it is passing, and the left hand side of the truss is shown here. So in this, the horizontal distance for these loads are unknown, because at the initial stage, if you need to take any member to analyze for the force induced in it, for that reason we need to take a moment about the axis. So if you want to take the moment about the axis, there are the loads which are acting towards downward, and we don't have the horizontal force or horizontal distance for those loads. I hope you are observing the cursor over here. This particular Newton load is acting. If you take this particular Newton load to the member of AL, it will not be having the point where it is lying the distance. The distance from that point to the point where it is acting is unknown. And however, the load at C, if you drag it to the downward, it won't have a distance from A or from L, right? So for this, we need to have an horizontal distance calculation before starting moment calculations. So here moment calculation, if you want to take, because however we are taking the moment about point E, is because to calculate the unknown forces in the member, that is ML, right? And that is how will be known by referring to a number of problems. So here if you want to take the moment about E, then we need the distances of each load from point E. So that I could write here, that like horizontal distance of BE, CE and DE, that is the from point E we need the horizontal distance of BCD. So how do you calculate that one? Since we have a total distance of 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, that is 10.5 meter of distance, and these 10.5 meter of distance is having the these three loads having the four sections for the particular distance. So for that reason, for three loads having four distances, the distance from E, if you consider, that will be of 3 by 4 of total distance in horizontal, that will be of 7.875. So that means here I could say, so that means here if you consider these loads vertically and this one, and the distance from the support, and distance from this point to this one and distance point this one, and distance from this one. So distance from BE is referred to the point 7.875, and again the distance from CE, that is this distance, that is referred from this 5.250. Again, if you refer the distance of DE, that is like having 2.625 meters. So this is the very basic thing that we need to uh, consider to analyze this stress, because the horizontal distances are required to take the moment about the point, right? So the force into distance would be considered while calculating and considering the moment, but the distance which is referred, that should be of horizontal. So that horizontal forces are horizontal distances are referred in this manner. And in the question it is not given that for height of the truss is not given, since it is having a 30-degree internal angle, and having a horizontal plane and the length of horizontal plane, and apart from that we don't have any vertical height and the hypotenuse length. So we could be able to calculate by referring to the trigonometrical notations. So can you able to tell me how it is written, that 10.5 into tan 30, how it is simplified and written over here? It is just a question. Please let me know. I hope and that to know how many of you are listening here. So can anybody tell me how it is written over here? 10.5 into 10 30 degrees. Yes. Whether it is correct or wrong, at least express yourself. It is not like that it should be correct. Yes, tell me. Are you people getting? Yes.
Equilateral triangle, sir. Vertical distance is 10.5. 3.5. 3.5.
Yes. Then.
Then angle is 30 degree.
Then. And then. Why it is taken tan only? Why we didn't take sine or cos? Vinayak.
Opposite by adjacent, sir. Angle.
Okay, very good. So here, see, I will write for this one. See, if you consider the stress that will be having like this, right? So for this we have an adjacent side distance, a length, and we have angle, but we need this vertical height. So for that reason, what we have, that is tan. For tan theta, what we have? Rest, tell me. For tan theta, that means these sign conventions need to be considered for this, right? So for this, sin theta will be a by h, cos theta will be o by h, tan theta will be sin by cos, right? So in that case, and the opposite side is unknown. So if you consider tan theta, so o by a is the equation we refer for the tan theta right here. So if you want the opposite side, if you want this opposite side, so what would be the equation? Opposite side, which is equal to tan theta into adjacent side. That means which is taken to multiplication over here. Then it will be O equal to tan into adjacent side, right? So adjacent side is this one, is because the angle is considered on this plane, and we can refer this height by referring to this equation, right? So this is how you need to have some considerations in the calculations. Right. So once you calculate these forces, I would like to have an two windows for this. And also take, because we need a diagram for for observation of taking the moments for the equations. Okay. In the right hand side, the diagram is visible for you. Is it clear? So here the equations are considered. See, now we are referring for the moment about point E. So moment about point E, if you want to refer, so the horizontal distances need to be observed, that is already calculated for the different forces over here. So if you take the moment about point E, so here 140 kilonewton is the total force which is acting with an perpendicular distance to the point E is 10.5. That means 3.5 into 3 times. That is what it is written over here. 140 into horizontal distance. So here, and for this 40 kilonewton load is there, another one which is having in anti-clockwise movement, because if you take the moment about this point, the 40 kilonewton will be having the anti-clockwise rotation. For that, minus sign is considered. So 40 kilonewton from B to E, which is horizontal distance, that is what we have observed in the calculation, that is 7.875, that is written over here. 40 into 7.875 in anti-clockwise direction, which is taken negative. And again we have another force 40 kilonewton for the distance of 5.250 from distance E, from the point E. So for this point, the 40 into the distance of 5.250, which is written, and again this force is also having an anti-clockwise movement for the point E, which is taken negative sign. And apart from these two, we have another force which is in a 40 kilonewton acting from the distance of E is 2.625 meter. And again the perpendicular distance of 2.625 with the vertical force of 40 kilonewton. And these forces are taken into consideration while calculating the moment. Apart from these vertical forces, we have another force which is having an horizontal direction, which is ML, we can say. And since if you take the section at this point, this ML force is also which is having the horizontal direction, that need to be considered. So here if you consider ML, so if you consider ML, and that will be having the perpendicular distance of 10.5 into 1030. So if you solve this 10.5 into 1030, it will be of 6.06 meters. And FML is unknown. This force is unknown with the perpendicular distance of this one. So if you write this equation and solve for the each one, the 140 into 3.5 into 3 will be having 1470, and 40 into this much, it is written over here. After considering the sign conventions, and it is minus ml, and it is taken to this side, and which means right hand side, and that will be of 138.61 kilonewton of load, which is having the member ML. The member ML is having the total force in the 138.61, right? So after this, once we know that ML is having this much of force, we need to move on to further calculations. So what is further calculation right now? So further calculation is referred for angles. That means the inclination is required, how much inclined these particular members which are going to calculate. So if you want to have an angle between the ML, angle between these ME and ML, that we can able to calculate by referring to again and tan theta. So by knowing the height, what we have done, that is tan theta equal to opposite by adjacent side. So here opposite side is known and adjacent side is also known, and theta can be taken by inversing the tan function. So tan inverse of EL by ML. EL is the vertical height, that is opposite side, and ML is the adjacent side. If you refer these, you will be getting an 60 degree of total angle between ME and ML. That can be written angle ME, that is EML, that is 60 degree, right? So once we know the angle of this one, after knowing the force by referring to the moment, now we need to consider the section, that is left hand side, in the truss, all the forces having vertical direction and all the forces having horizontal direction that need to be considered, because to calculate the further forces in the members we need to have this consideration. And again, in every problem we need to have the moment calculation. Later we need to consider the section, whether it is right hand side or left hand side. Once the section is considered, in that section what are all horizontal forces and what are all the vertical forces are acting, that need to be considered. So if you consider the section, however we have drawn this left hand side truss, the section we have considered, and the vertical force, if you consider, that is 140 kilonewton is acting, and apart from this 140 we have three numbers of 40 kilonewton of load which are acting. And after this we have section at this point, means FDE, FEO is also acting, because we have the section at this point, means these forces are considered, and these all members will not be considered because these are, here we don't have any section. Where we are having section, where in which the members are cutting down, those members need to be considered for the forces, considered as a forces. So the section is passing over here, means FDE is an force. FDE is a force having an angle of 30 degree, right? Having an angle of 30 degree. If you want to resolve this FDE to vertical, it would be of FDE sine 30, because we have an angle of 30 degree over here. See if you here. Why it is not possible to write it? Okay, it is unable to write over here now. So for this, see, if you observe the cursor over here, it is 30 degree angle. So if the same FDE is also having 30 degree angle towards its horizontal, because it is a straight line. And if you resolve this DE to vertical, it will be of FDE sine 30. FDE having 30 degree angle, it will be of sine 30. And FEO is having a 60 degree here. If FME is 60, means FEO is also 60 degree inclination. So if you want to resolve this force to vertical direction, FEO sin 60 will be considered. I hope it is clear how we have considered the vertical forces. If you have any doubts regarding this, please let me know here itself. Later we can move for horizontal forces. Is that clear how we have taken for vertical forces? Vinayak? Yes. Chandrika, is that clear what we have taken for vertical forces?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now after this, if you solve for 140 minus of 120, that is 4 times of 40, that is minus, that is plus 20. If you take to the right hand side, that will be of minus 20, and remaining terms are written over here. Sin 30 is 0.5 1 by 2, and sin 60 is 0.866. And in the same section, if you observe for horizontal forces, the horizontal forces are written over here, that is FML, we have another one horizontal force. Apart from this, FDE is an horizontal force. If you take to horizontal, it will be FDE cos 30, because we have an inclination of cos 30 degree, 30 degree for this member. And apart from EO, FEO, we have another one which is 60 degree angle inclination. If you refer this in horizontal direction, it will be written as FEO cos 60 for horizontal force. Only thing is you must be familiar with resolving the forces, right? So here once you calculate, once you return for vertical forces and horizontal forces, that would be observed which force can be eliminated and which force can be calculated by referring to these two equations. So here FDE cos 30 is 0.866 and again cos 60 is 0.5. And FML we have already calculated as 138.61, that is what written over here. This is taken to right side and having the negative sign, that is 138.61. So here if you observe these equations and this equation, here FDE is having 0.5 here in the equation 1 as a coefficient, and in this equation it is having 0.866. If you have these kind of equations, you cannot solve by referring to the only one, because we cannot, in these forces will not get cancelled. In that case we need to have the equation by referring to only one, that by resolving by resolving this equation number 2. So how it is resolved? By taking FEO 1 minus 138.61 and FDE 0.86 is considered on this side. So if you consider on this side, it will be like minus 138.61 and that's 0.5, which is divided to the equation. So if you divide for each term, it will be 277.22 and that is 0.86 is added as the 1.732 as a coefficient value for FDE. So if you substitute this equation FEO in the equation 1, you can able to calculate the value of FDE. Since FDE, the equation is written over here, in that equation 1 FEO is written what we have calculated in the equation 2, that is minus 277.22 and minus 1.732 is observed, and that is what substituted and resolved the calculation. Once you resolve for the force of FDE, you will be getting minus 220 kilonewton of total force. So this is how we have calculated the force in the member of FDE. So here the force on the as the problem statement is given, the force in the member of FDE is asked and FEO is asked and FDE, and apart from that FEL AL. So in these terms we have now determined FEO, and here it is FDE what we have calculated. Once we know the FDE, now we can able to calculate by substituting the value of FDE in the equation of this one, equation 2, then we will be able to calculate FEO, right? So minus 220 kilonewton is substituted over here, and then we have calculated FEO. So that is what here it is written, right? So FEO is calculated. So now by considering the equilibrium condition for the joint number D, because we need the CD, right? So however we have calculated the FML, FDE and FEO we have calculated now. So we are only left with FDC or FCD, and if that FCD or FDC is, that can be calculated by referring to the equilibrium equations for the member of CE, or then we can take our AE. So in this span we have, if you have a clear picture for the joint, as if AE is a member like this AE member is drawn over here. In that AE member we have that point joint D, which is having DO force and 40 kilonewton of axial force. So if you resolve these all forces normal to the member AE and parallel to the member AE, then you'll be able to calculate the force in the CD. So how it is done? So forces normal means perpendicular to the member AE is minus 40 sine 60. The angle inclination is 60 degree over here. If you take it is sine 60 to the normal, and apart from that we have another which is acting towards top, FDO. So FDO will be of if you take this right hand side, it will be 34.64 kilonewtons. So now FDO is calculated. So now FDC is can be calculated by referring to the forces parallel to the member AE. So what are the forces parallel to member AE? FCD is the force which is having normal to the force AE, and FDE which is having normal to the force member, and apart from that F, that is 40 kilonewton towards member, it will be 40 cos 60, which is moving downward and taken minus sign. So FCD is taken as it is. FDE is already calculated as 220 kilonewton in previous step. The same thing is substituted over here, and cos 40, that is cos that is 60 degrees is an internal angle having the 40 kilonewton of intensity of force in that joint. So if you resolve these, then FCD will be of 240 kilonewton. So this is how the calculation is taken place in the equation, analysis. So after once you calculating the all the forces in the members, the table need to be written over here. In the problem statement, it is asked to calculate the force in the member, that is CD is 240 kilonewton with the tensile stress. The DE is 220 kilonewton with the compression stress, and EO as a 103. Whatever we have calculated in the member forces, that is tabulated over here. I hope it is clear for you people. If you have any doubts regarding this, please let me know. Else we can have a conclusion for this problem. Yes, dear students, is there any doubts regarding the discussion in the problem number 2, what we are seeing here now? Yes, Vinay. Yes, Vinay. Shweta.
Yes, sir.
Right. I'm asking you that is that clear what we have discussion here now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Remaining, Ashna, are you listening? Yes. Is that clear, the discussion what we had in the problem? If you have any doubts regarding that, please let me know now itself. Then we can be clear for you. Now everyone, please ask your doubts if you have any. Vinay, is that clear? Or else you have any doubts? Vinay Mahalingpur. Right? So, okay, anyhow, with this note, we'll conclude this class today, and let us discuss the remaining problems in the upcoming classes. And again, today I will share these 2 problems in your WhatsApp group. Please go through that. If you have any queries, please let me know. So there is one. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, I will share the problem today in your both the divisions. Please go through those problems and try to understand. If you got any doubts regarding that, please let me know. We'll clarify those things in the coming classes. Okay. Thank you for attending the classes. Thank you everyone. You can leave now.